So welcome back to Old Man Wisdom. It's the 29th of April 2022 and we're looking at the EURUSD as normal with both price action and our MT4 indicator. So let's look at the two options. Let's see what the markets have done this week and what we might expect for next week. So as normal, this blue rectangle represents the week that we've just had and what it is about to end this evening. And last week I showed you this line that I had plotted and I told you why I plotted this line and this area. And I said that I wanted it to come up, go down, come up to the same area and fall away. These lines are exactly as I left them last week. And you'll see that that is exactly what happened. The market has fallen away, and if you remember, I'd opened a live trade, but based on my indicator, which we'll have a look at in a moment. But we was looking to sell them the EURUSD last week, and I said we wanted to see it roughly stall around this area. That is what it did, and it went down literally all week long. You notice here that I've plotted another area, which was already here last week, and I want to tell you why I've plotted this area. If we go to the weekly chart, the reason why we plotted this first red line is because there is a cluster of weekly candles here, and I pick roughly the middle, and that is the area that I look for price to go to. This down here is exactly the same. There's a small cluster of weekly candles here, and I'd plotted a line roughly in the middle, and lo and behold, price came down and literally touched that area and has bounced off of it. If you'll notice that although this is the middle of this area, it had strong support here and here. It's not without good reason that this was a strong support area. So back to the hour chart, and you can see that price has bounced off of it. Now, there's two scenarios here. Price could well work its way back up to this area here, and that's what I would be expecting for next week. So price has bounced up. Next week I would like to see it return to this area and see candles stall with some long wicks. And if price does stall at this area, then we will be looking to buy. And it's as simple as that. We need to see price stall around this level. That means that price can pierce this area, but we want to see some kind of support here before we buy. So we don't just buy blindly, we want to see a reason to buy. So that's what I would like to see when it comes to price action next week. Let's have a look at indicators and see how it did last week and what we can expect for next week. So again, this rectangle here represents where the week started, and you see that just the same as the last chart, it's the EURUSD on the 1 hour. Price just fell away all week long. But last week we had, right at the end of the week, an indication to sell, and I took it. And the reason I took it was because we had a stop loss just above here. In my video last week, I said I was risking 40 pips to make 80 pips, a 2-to-1 risk reward ratio. And I took it live on the video last week. You can see it if I put a link up here in the corner. I took the trade live before the markets closed last week, and of course by Monday it hit take profit, and that was a great trade. So what would I like to see for next week? Well, just as price has come down, what I would like to see is a retrace as far up to this multi-time frame moving average as possible. This enables the MACD to work its way up to the 0 line, and then we will be looking for a sell opportunity around this area up here by the multi-time frame moving average. Because price is underneath the moving average, we won't be taking any buy signals. If price is underneath, we only look to sell. So that's what we will be looking for next week, but we want to see a retrace first before we take a sell opportunity as far up near this multi-time frame moving average as possible. And so there you are. There's the options with our price action chart and our indicator chart. Had a lovely trade last week from our indicator and of course from our price action. So hopefully some of you have benefited by watching these videos and you've had some great trades last week. We keep our fingers crossed for next week. Let's look for these opportunities, whether you trade with indicators or whether you trade with price action. We know that we can be profitable traders if we pick and choose wisely our trades. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you have. Don't forget to subscribe, and of course enjoy your weekend. Until next time, take care.